Alright, welcome back. Yeah, so I'm hitting a little bit of technical issues with the Anki templates because I'm basically making my own cards now, and I don't think I set the template up. I didn't really know what I wanted from it when I started it, and I'll show you the problem I'm having, and I'm sure I'll be able to push through it. It's just a little bit frustrating right now, but I want to show you the progress I'm making. Here is the initial list. I marked off, so my goal was 50 for today, and I just had the third session, the third hour. It was from 3:30 to 4:30. And so here we go. So for the whole day, I want to get through all of here up to here and just cutting off before this one here. So I want to get all of these up here in the box. That is the goal. I just finished from here to here, which was another 10. I got distracted by some really interesting stuff that I'll show you in a second, but I am on track. I'm still 10 an hour. I can't seem to go faster. I make the flashcards faster, but then I get stuck with pleasantly distracted by some interesting things about the Chinese language in general, and I'll show you some of those as they come up. But before I show you the cool stuff, I want to show you the problem I'm having. And I will get through this probably by the time this video is posted, so I'm not so sure that comments about this will help. I'm doing this more to show the obstacles. So as you can see here, here's one of the characters that I did, one of the radicals that I did actually, and I have the sound pronunciation. This is kind of behind the scenes. This is on the desktop, and then I've got the app that keeps turning off too. So I'm using both because ultimately I'll be studying here and probably creating some of them here and some of them here from like street things and whatnot, street signs and whatnot. So anyway, so I've got it here, and I've got top sound and that, and then I've got middle, and I've got some other stuff here too. My computer has frozen. Awesomeness. Okay, I'm gonna have to pause for a second. Okay, and we're back. So I've got that top area, then I've got the pinion in a different area, definition and sound again. Actually, I'm going to get rid of a lot of those sounds. I just did a test run, and I don't actually need most of those sounds. And then I've had some geeky stuff, like the radical number of strokes, and frequency rank. I'm a huge fan of frequency, like word frequency and whatnot when learning a language. I think you should start with the most frequent words first. Funny that. So anyway, so I've got that, but if you look over on the app itself, so far, things are not transferring over. I've got the top part's okay, the bottom part's okay, but that's only 2 of, I think, like 5 or 6 fields that I have. So I'm experimenting by going into the fields and kind of checking out, what do I need to change in here? What do I need to... I found something interesting, but after opening it, that's what ended up freezing this part. Here it is. So I think I need to change the settings in here. In the card template, it only shows those 2 parts. So I have to figure out how to get those other fields onto there. I don't think it'll take that long. Ha ha ha. And I'll probably find some YouTube videos and whatnot to do that. But that's going to take a little bit of time. Like I mentioned previously, I've done some code before, so this kind of thing doesn't freak me out anymore. It may take me a little bit of time to figure out how to put what where so I can get all the fields I want on there. And I may end up combining some fields just to make it easier. But I do kind of want, I do very much so, want the things that I found for the frequency and other things. And let me show you where I found that, because I found some pretty cool stuff in here. There is this, no, that's the pronunciation. Here it is. This new website I found, hanzidb.org, and again, Hanzi, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, for now. And that Hanzi is the name for the Chinese name for the characters. And so this site is like a statistical, wonderful area. Initially, I found it because the definitions are easier to find than some other places. But then it has number of strokes, which I know because that I'm working off the list of number of strokes, but still, there it is. It has other characters with those kind of strokes, and these radical numbers that I'll talk about in a second. It has the HSK level, and my favorite, the frequency rank. And it breaks down a bunch of other things at the bottom too. And it gives you the Unicode, so you can code with Chinese characters, which will come in handy for me later when I start building mobile apps. So I am in love with this new website. I have pinned it. Boom. to my toolbar even, but I want to go back because how I'm doing it is just changing. I'm changing the radical here, and I'm putting new radicals, but in order to change it, I need to find a radical and put it in there. So if I copy that radical, there's probably an easier way to do this with this website, but since I can't type in Chinese yet, I just do that and I add it, and it goes to the information for that one there. Pretty awesome sauce, right? I'm liking it. So that's the biggest change. I've added those fields with this kind of information here, and I'm hitting a wall with not really hitting a wall, I just realized that it's not transferring over. After each set of 10, I am syncing, not thinking, but syncing my, my Anki decks here, and then when those are done, I'm syncing them on the app that keeps shutting off as well, and going into decks and syncing them that way. And so I'm trying to keep things saved and current on both areas for now. I don't know if I'll ever transfer over to just the mobile site, sorry, just the mobile app, but it's nice that both are done. With all of the moving of the audio files and the images and things, I think I'll probably end up using the desktop version to create for quite some time. I don't know if I'll ever get that savvy moving audio and images on my mobile phone, but we'll see. I might add pictures as I'm walking around and then add the audio later on here on my desktop. So far it's going really well. We're done with part 3. Again, I want to do 4 hours today. It may turn into 5 because I still have, how many more to go? Let's awkwardly count while you're watching. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So inevitably this is probably going to turn into 2 hours. I'd say I'd stop myself from finding cool things and just push forward. I do make lists when I find stuff that I want, like I found. Let me show you another one here. You're going to look at the ceiling while I open up my Gmail. That's not really the ceiling, that's a wall. You're going to look at the wall, because I promised you I would talk about those radical numbers, and I don't know much about it yet, but I found this is what they're called in a lot of places, kanji radicals, and I need to read some more about it, but I love lists of things when I'm learning, and so this is a way it looks like, form a system of radicals of Chinese characters. They're numbered in stroke count order. I like this appealing thing, especially because one of the examples they use is one that I've seen a lot and I like. So hey, I wonder what the relationship between stroke order and frequency is. And a list of the radicals there. So, well, this is clearly actually how I'm making my radicals list, right? Because I'm using one that goes by stroke order. So without even knowing it, I was doing my flashcards of kanji radicals. But I still want to read some more about it. There's some geeky information here. And now that I have the search term, I can go, oh, look at that. It has the radical and all of the characters associated with it. Oh, this may be the holy grail I've been looking for as far as, what was that video I made recently about the, it was a burning question, I think. I'll link it here if I can. Of, are the radicals basically keywords that characters kind of dance off of? And I think this kind of answers that question a little bit. Oh my goodness, now that I have this keyword, I am going to geek out. But not today, at least not until I get the 50 radicals in my Anki deck, at least in some form. Although, again, I doubt they will be perfect by the end of the day. It looks like there's a lot of technical stuff I still need to sort out. But so there you go. So I keep stumbling upon stuff that will help ultimately in the end. But as of right now, I have a long way to go. Anyway, that's the end of hour 3. I'll check in the next hour. Oh, and here's an example of what just happened outside while I was working on this deck. So enjoy the rain.